Are you looking for a free way to monitor your websites and servers' uptime? Let's explore Checkmate, a free open source platform that notifies you whenever an incident occurs on your APIs, servers, or websites. Unlike other platforms that only alert you when your website is already down, Checkmate helps you stay ahead by detecting slowdowns and resource issues before they cause outages. With features like performance monitoring to spot early signs of trouble and infrastructure alerts to warn you about high resource usage, you can take action before downtime happens. To start using Checkmate, you can follow the quick start guide from their documentation. For an even simpler installation process, you can use a platform like ours, Elestio. To deploy it seamlessly on your server or the cloud provider of your choice, we handle the installation, backups, updates, and ongoing maintenance, so you can focus on building and scaling your project without any hassle. To start using Checkmate with our platform, head to ls.io and click on Login. Then deploy my first service, search for Checkmate and select. Choose between the different cloud providers, regions, and service plans based on your needs. Then click on Next. Adjust more advanced settings. Choose between the different level of support. The first one is included by default, and once you are ready, hit the Create Service button. Once the installation is finished, you will receive this email to tell you that your instance is now ready. You can follow the click here to get the password link. You will arrive on Elestio administration dashboard for your Checkmate instance. Copy the password into your clipboard with this button and then follow the link to your Checkmate instance. We arrive on the login screen, type your email, continue, and the password, you just have to paste it from your clipboard and then continue. Alright, we arrive on the Uptime panel, but for now we have nothing yet. We can see that the UI is lovely, we have access to the main features on the left, and we are logged in as the admin account, which is the default one that Elestio create for you. So we can start by customizing it. We can go to Account, Profile, rename ourselves, change our picture, upload it, update, save, and now on the bottom left, it's more personal, which makes more sense if I don't hide it with the camera. While we are in Account, from here you can invite your team, go to Team. Currently, we have only my account, but you can invite team members. You enter their email address, and either if they are admins or if they can invite other members, delete things, or just regular users. Okay, now let's dive into the main features. So we're on Uptime, which is the default feature for Uptime monitors. And here the goal is to know if your website, your server, your API, or your service, that it is working as expecting 24/7 outside of maintenance hours if you have any. So let's create our first monitor. Click here and we have this lovely UI to be able to set up. As this is a demo, a platform overview, we can use their placeholder example. So it's google.com and display name Google. Then there are different checks we can perform on a URL. As for now, we are targeting a website. We will just check the website monitoring. It is able to handle HTTPS or HTTP, even if nowadays we don't use a lot of HTTP requests, but you still might have some. You also have the ping request, which is mainly for servers, and two other checks, one for Docker containers or another to monitor a port. Then you can decide if you want to be notified when you have an issue with one of the check. Ideal to take quickly action, but if you want to be not too much stressed. And then the check frequency. So either you do it every minute or more, depending on how important it is to be uptime always. I think 1 minute is not killing your server, it's not too many requests, so the best is to stick to it. Let's create our monitor. The button is just behind me and let's go. All right, so we are back to our Uptime page. So we can see all our different monitors. We'll add another one later, but for now we have one that is up, 0 down, and 0 post. If we open it, we have data displayed nicely on our screen. It has been active for 25 seconds. last check 25 seconds, the response time that the request took, when will the certificate expire. As it is Google, I don't expect it to have any problem with that, but we will come back to it later when we have more check done. So let's go back to Uptime. In the meantime, we can see we have reached the second minute, so another check has been done and it successfully worked. But let's create a new one that will be down. So we'll go to google.com/44. As the page doesn't exist, we should have a fail. So we can name it Google fail. Same type of monitoring, same check frequency, and let's create the monitor. Okay, so one is up and the second is down. We can open it and we have the same details, just that it is not active, it never works. But if it's expected to never work, what we can do is to go to configure and pause it simply. Then if we go back to our list of uptime, one is up, one is down and pause at the same time. And we can see that the different checks have passed here, but the response times are based maybe on hours, so it's not very visual yet. But you get the idea that you have a clear overview of your website lifetime, uptime. The other features, they are quite the same, but for other use cases. For example, PageSpeed is to report on the user experience of a page, to help analyze web page speed and give suggestion on how the page can be improved. So let's create one. And the settings are almost the same that for an uptime. It's just the result that is different. Instead of running it again on Google, we can see the details of a PageSpeed monitor with their example. So see, you have the score history. And like when you do Google PageSpeed Insight, you have the details on how quickly it responded and if the performance of your page evolves during time, which means if you have a degradation of your result over time or at a huge number of users, it can mean that your server is starting to suffer, but it's not failing yet, which could help you determine if your code have issues that need to be fixed quickly before you have real issues, or simply if you need to scale your servers vertically to give more power to handle more users. So here you have all the different data accessible when you do a PageSpeed monitor, the accessibility, best practices, performance, and SEO. This is the equivalent of PageSpeed with the benefit that it's run every 3 minutes minimum to see how it evolves over time. We have uptime, PageSpeed, and then we also have infrastructure, which is also a kind of monitoring. Here, the difference is it's targeted for your server. So if we create a monitor, we have to enter the server URL, then the same settings, and you can customize the alerts based on the level of CPU, memory, disk, or temperature. Of course, those data, you don't have it by default when you request an HTTP page. That's why on your server that you want to target and to monitor, you need to install Capture. So you can go to this section and they explain you how you install it on your server to be able to give the data to Checkmate. One setup, you have, like for the others, the status, if it's up and running, but also extra data to know the CPU usage, memory, disk, and temperature. Then you have the incidents page, which is a recap between all the different checks that has been done in the previous categories, uptime, PageSpeed, infrastructure, and you can have them listed here. The less they are, the happier you are. Then if for a period of time you expect your server to be off, you can create a maintenance window to say, okay, update of Sunday, maybe it's more Sunday update. Does it repeat, like every week you do something? Or no, it's just a unique case. And then you specify the date. Let's say it's today. You choose a start time. Let's say it's now for 2 hours, so 120 minutes. Which monitors are impacted? Of course, I'm doing an update on Google, and then create maintenance. Perfect. So now you can see, because I started it right now, the status is active. It's currently under maintenance. But the thing that I don't like is that there is no shared page to share to your users. So Checkmate is really an internal tool for your team, your technical team, or your business team, but you can go to Uptime and share this with non-logged users. There's not a lovely UI you share on your website to prove that you are always up and running. Some competitors have this feature, so I hope they will do it in the future, but I'm sure they will because they are very active. So then you have the other menu with support, which is an invitation for their Discord to get direct support. Discussions, which is where you can discuss about Checkmate with them. So maybe if you have a feature request, you ask it here. Then the documentation, we already have seen it together, and the changelog. We have seen the documentation previously, but as always, I recommend you to have a quick look of it before trying it to see if there are features that I didn't cover in this video that will be very useful to you, as each use case is unique. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed discovering Checkmate with us. Please hit the like button to help our channel be more visible to other open source lovers. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss our next platform overviews. If you want to continue your open source journey, watch this video available here.